All right, have to grab my horse that I lost. We are using a different horse. This is Meadow, who I believe you've met before. And we are going to work on lateral bending, which we started with Mia and Alaire, and how we start by balancing them up and taking the inside front behind the outside front so that they can have that outside shoulder free to move wherever it needs to move so that they're not braced, they're not tense. And then we're going to combine that with, that's how we start, and then eventually we want to combine it and make sure that they can open up that outside front and bring their inside hind up and underneath them. And once we do that, the pattern is going to change just a little bit. So I'm going to start by asking her, to open that outside front. Good. And once I feel like, whoop, now she just locked herself up, so I'm going to ask her to back up again. Once I feel like she has a good opening of that outside front and isn't crossing over the front with the inside. Yep. Yes. 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 Lift. Yep. Lift. Yes. One more. Good. And what I really want to see, especially with a horse like her, she's been in rehab for quite some time, and has had some pretty significant injuries and body issues between, I know, she had a chip in her front right coffin bone and a vertical crack down her hoof, and so she was very lame on her front right, and she had pretty severe kissing spine in her lower lumbar vertebrae, and so she's had, along with a whole bunch of myriad of other issues that she has gone through in her not very long life. And so she tends to not lift her feet very well. She tends to drag them a little bit. And so when I ask her to step behind and open up the outside front, I want to make sure that she is actually picking up her feet and not just dragging them. So I'm going to ask her again, going the other way. Make sure she's really lifting those feet. Yes. 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 Yes, good girl. So once I get her to lift those feet up like she needs to, and get her to open up freely and move freely without being sticky or bracy, then I'm going to see if we can ask the inside hind to come. She's going to open that. Yes, so she's going to open up, good girl, that outside front just like that. Yep, can you keep going? Whoop, we're getting ahead of me. Can you get off the camera? Yeah, they're not going to be able to see very well if you're right up on top of it. Let's try again. So what I'm going to want her to do is bend around me, and so we're going to start by getting her to balance up. Yep. Step that inside front. Good. Behind the outside front. And once we get that, and she really opens up that outside front, then I'm going to ask, good girl, the inside hind to come up and underneath her. Good girl. And as what we're looking for in this, it's almost a very, very bendy side pass, almost. Not quite, but it's kind of almost the start of it. Can we not get stuck there? So if she gets stuck like that, I'm going to send her back, get her balanced up again. Yep, that needs to go. Yes, good job. And at this point, it is okay if she's bending nicely, which she got a little stuck. So I'm going to send her back again. Balance her back up. Yes. Good. It is okay right now as she bends around me. Can you keep going? I know it's very difficult. I understand. Good. Keep going. Yes. Yes, keep going. Yes. Whoop, not in front of me. Whoop, 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 whoop. I lost the pony. Back up. Yep, there you go. Good. Yes. Good girl. So she's stepping forward now, which is okay. I do want her to bend around me with a little bit of forward momentum. And she does not have to continue stepping this inside, front, behind, because if we're bending around me, it's almost like a mini circle, a very lateral mini circle. And she doesn't have to keep stepping her inside, hind, behind, because otherwise that'll mess up the order of movement that we need, which is outside, front, steps out, inside, hind, comes under and up and under her. So what we want to watch for when she's bending around me, she could open this up, bring the inside front here, or she can even open up the outside front and bring the inside front up here. We're not locked up right now. What we want to watch for is that she's not opening up the outside front and then locking up the outside front by crossing that inside front directly over it. However, she can open this up and bring this up here, open this up, bring this up here. So it's this nice bendy lateral movement, just like this. She can also do it like this, open the outside front, bring the inside front kind of up here. Whoa, did we step on it? Outside, inside, outside, inside, outside. And it kind of depends how much forward movement we want. The key with this is that she keeps her head pretty much at my chest and doesn't go plowing in front of me. I know you stepped on it, didn't you? That was no fun. Yeah, that was no fun. So what I'm not asking for is a side pass. However, this is almost the start of a side pass. Good. A side pass is going to be mostly straight. The head, so if I'm asking her to side pass to the right, so in that direction, she is going to have a little bit of a bend through the rib cage, but her feet are mostly going to cross cleanly over, and she's going to move to the right, not bend around me. So what I'm asking right now is lateral bend around me. I'm not asking for a side pass. I don't do a side pass until they're really good at lateral bending around me in both directions, and they're super soft, they're not sticky, they're able to do it smoothly without crossing the front, inside front over the outside front. I need them especially soft and bendy through all this before I'll ask for a side pass. A lot of the time when we start side pass, we ask them to cross over like that, and they haven't learned how to be soft and bendy and how to keep that outside front leg free. And so when we start asking for a side pass, we get a very, very straight, or pretty much we get either a very straight horse that doesn't have any sort of softness or bend, or you get one that will side pass the front over and then kind of bend in a L. There's no bend, or not bend, but turn into an L. And so we'll move the front feet over, and then the back feet will get left behind, and then we'll kind of snap the back feet over. If they learn how to laterally bend first, they can turn that into a side pass, but they can do it in a way that keeps their rib cage soft and them able to just very softly move sideways either direction. And I will show that in a different video, or maybe at the end of this one, depending on how she's doing. So we're going to do it the other direction, and I'm going to ask for a little bit of lateral bend around me. Yep, that one goes back, that goes out, and we're going to ask for a little bit more. So we're a little bit sticky. I come here, remind her what I want. I know the flies are annoying. I even fly sprayed you. Nope. And out. and out. Yes. And out. Good. Yes. Now you can bend around me. Head here. Ready? Out you go. Yep. Good. Yes. Out. Now this one needs to come. Yes. Keep going. Outside front, inside hind. I know. They're very annoying. Outside front, inside hind did not come up and across, so that was not the right movement. I know. They're very annoying. You may get it. Good. Set her back up. Outside front, inside hind. That was right. Outside front, inside hind. Outside front, inside hind. You can keep going. Outside front, inside hind, which did not come up and across that time. Inside hind, inside hind, inside hind. Yep, keep going. I know, the dang flies. They're really bad today. Ready? Yes, good. Inside hind, outside front, inside hind, outside front, inside hind, outside front, inside hind. And now I'm gonna let her stop. Good girl. Because she did that softly, I didn't have to keep any pressure on it. She just kept going until the energy in my body said to stop. Good girl. I'm gonna walk her off a little bit. Good. I'm gonna stop, and I'm gonna try the other direction. Ready? Yep. And open, and open. One more. And open, and open. Good. Inside hind, outside front, inside hind, outside front, inside hind, outside front, inside hind, outside front, inside hind. Yes. You do me. Yes. Good girl. So we have the correct, you can call it either a pattern of movement or an order of movement, because those diagonal pairs need to match. And so when she opens up her outside front, her inside hind should basically right after that come up and underneath her, which it was doing very nicely. Good girl. And once she gets that and she has that nice bend around me, she's not trying to back up and get away from me. She's not trying to come forward over top of me. She's just nicely bending around. You kind of want to think of yourself as if you picture an analog clock, and in the center of the analog clock, you have the pin right there that the minute and hour hands go around. You want to think of yourself as the pin, and they are, I think of them as the hour hand because they're fairly long, and we want this fairly controlled and not super fast. And so that hour hand should just go around you. An hour hand on the clock is straight, so the example falls apart a little bit because we don't want it straight. We do want her at a bend, but just imagine it kind of going around you in a circle, and you're staying still. You're not coming towards them. You're not stepping away from them. You're pretty much staying still and just pivoting in your spot, and they're circling around you with that nice bend, with the outside front opening up and the inside hind coming up and underneath them. And once they get that, and they are super good at bending nicely around you, then you can kind of hold the rope fairly straight and say, can you now, take your whole body and move sideways? Yes. But this one, and when I do this most of the time, good. Can you side? Yep, I know. This one's hard. You got it. Yep. Yes. Good. 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 I know. Yeah, we haven't done this on the ground, I don't think. I think we've only done this when I'm on top of you. So this is something that I'm just practicing at the moment because I have not actually asked her to do this on the ground. So I'm going to ask her to see if she can step this leg over. Yep, can you step this over? Good. Yep, now step this over. Yes. Yes. Yep, not forward. Can this go over? Over. Yes. Yes. And over. Yes. Good. And over. Yes. Good girl. And over. Yes. Good. Good job. So that was not perfect, obviously, but it's also the first time she and I have ever attempted that on the ground. And so she and I were both kind of figuring that out in the moment. And so maybe, excuse you. Thank you. In a follow-up video, she and I can work on side pass a little bit on the ground. Good girl. And do a little bit better of a demonstration. But I just kind of want to show you the difference between a lateral bend around you and a side pass, because it's a question that I've been asked before, because we're doing lateral movement, we're just not side passing. And I'm really proud of her. You can kind of see how when you start that lateral movement in that nice pattern, figuring out how to side pass is not terribly difficult. Yes, and she does know how to do it under saddle. And so when I'm asking for a side pass, especially to start with, I would start more in this area rather than up in front of her, simply because up in front of her, to all my horses, that does tend to mean bend around me, and I don't want that. I don't want to change that. So I probably would ask from here and kind of ask from the rib cage to bend away from me, and her to just start stepping sideways and side passing away from me is probably how I would do that. So, good job. You did a very good job. Can you come here? You step that out because you don't want to come towards me? Yep. This way. Yep. Forward. Yes. Not on top of me. Not on top of me. Yes. Good girl. Good job. I know the flies are really bad. Very bad. And ho. Good. Good. And let's end with one more bend so that we end with the movement that we started with. And soften. Yes. Good job. Yep. Back. Yes. And out. And now bend. Yes. Good. Yes. Can you keep going? Here, I'll get to fly. There you go. And go. Yes. And go. And go. Whoops, soften. Yep. Back there. Yes. And go. Yes. I know they're very bad today. Good job. Very good. Yep. Good. Way to rebalance. Good job. Very good. Excellent job. Good girl.